Do nuns have periods?
Moving on. No.
Let's say you're pregnant.
The royal duel,
Pregnant.
the one-on-one finale of the much-anticipated royal brawl, was shown to be the farce that it was by a disgraced Ulysses Beaumont, who yielded as soon as his match against Duchess Drema Sigrindater began. Drema tried to offer him an out, but Ulysses refused, to the anger of Trousseau and the frustration of onlookers. Liam and Sir Oren saved the event, however, by giving the people the show they had come for, a duel between Aga Liam, representing Trousseau Procore, and Sir Oren, representing Drema Sigrindater. The duel was quick and near deadly, though Sir Oren pulled the final blow so as not to take Liam's life. With Sir Oren the victor, the final event before the wedding came to a close. That night, many of those at the duel went out drinking, save Siegfried. Ulysses didn't join the others in their festivities, though. He drank on his own. This band that had come to Macaline City full of excitement and hope for the days ahead has now been faced with the harsh realities of the political games that are played in the capital of the Federation of Malim. Games where no one really wins, certainly not the populace. And now, on the morning of Ruad 26th, we come to the wedding of Artyom Sonder. Aoife, you are in Nihat's quarters now. You've already gotten ready, or Euphora has helped get you ready.
I did not help.
You did not help?
I did not help.
She did not help. So you can describe how you would have gotten ready before we get to the scene then.
Okay. It's a little more rough. It's more of just the bare minimum, like dress has been thrown on, hair has been very minimally styled. It's thrown back. Like it looks like there was an attempt to brush it.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to embarrass myself, so it's just kind of nothing.
Why don't you give me a wild check?
You always roll so well on me, so.
Hold on. Let me look. I might have 0 wild. No, it's just a 0.
Okay, so you got a nat 1. This is a good time to introduce the fact that I'm also adding, if you roll a nat 1, you'll get a hero point for that as well. So you get a nat 1 on your die, and you fail. If you succeed on a nat 1, I will not give you a hero point then because you can still technically succeed on it. But if you roll a nat 1 and you fail, I will give you a hero point as well.
That makes me feel better because I'm more likely to roll that.
Because whatever your horrible failure is, which I will let you describe, does motivate you to maybe do better next time. So take your hero point and tell me how you monumentally fail at getting ready in the morning.
So it already helps that I have like decorative flowers going on. So I can't mess that up too much. But I proceed to catch my hand on a thorn, bleed a little bit, and rip the dress. So it's just not going well. I do manage to wash the blood.
You get some of your blood on the dress, too?
There's a little bit of blood, like, on the sleeve.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, you just tore, like, your sleeve down, and as you're, like, looking in the mirror, you're realizing that your sleeves are not even, which is probably worse.
So I'm just gonna rip the other one.
Yeah,
just, okay.
Rip the other one, yeah. People like a slit, but usually the slits are not completely just tattered and torn by thorns and shredded branches, but you eventually just give up and leave the room.
Yeah, I've been cranky enough to grow some thorns.
Go to Nihat's quarters.
Yeah.
Nihat, you've been helping him get ready as best you can. I will not make you roll for this. You do a little bit better with Nihat because you care a little bit more about his appearance than you do for his. And he also has some servants who have helped him out. But he just wanted you to do the finishing touches and stuff. So you're trying to like help his hair and get his bow tie looking nice. As you're doing that and you're kind of like in front of him getting his hair and everything, he just kind of says, "My dad said that you're going to be a prisoner."
That's accurate, yeah.
Does that mean that I won't get to visit you?
Aww. Well, if your father's headed down that way, maybe. Maybe he can take you with him.
You're going down south?
Yeah, it's down south.
Is it far enough that there are frost flowers there?
Not quite that far south, I'm afraid.
Oh.
But if there is, I can do my best to send you one.
That
Or
would be
a
good.
drawing.
I'll still visit you even if there aren't frost flowers, though.
Aw.
But if there are, I'll visit you a little sooner.
I'll make sure to let you know. We can always write letters.
Yeah. I should get better at writing, I guess. Just not as much fun as everything else.
Makes it easier to take notes about flowers you find.
That's a good...
Nah, starting a garden down there, so I'll be able to tell you how it's all going.
From scratch? A new one?
I believe from scratch.
Maybe I could be your apprentice there?
If your father wants to let you, but I'm not sure.
My father wouldn't let me. I'd have to sneak out again, but you could probably sneak me out of here.
I can't even sneak myself out of here.
Oh, yeah.
I currently have my own guards.
I also always have guards, so
Yeah. If I could, I would, though.
I guess I'll come visit you sometime then.
Absolutely, you're the best assistant I've had.
Because Liam's not as good as I am, right?
Nah. He does pretty good with his little plot, but not quite. He doesn't know as
He's
much
not as
as you
funny
do.
as I am. As you kind of step back and admire your handiwork, he takes his hands and just messes up his hair and says, all right, well, let's go.
To be fair, I like it better that way.
Me too. I like your dress.
Thank you.
Can I rip my sleeves? And he like starts tugging
Nah,
at them.
let's
It's a
not.
lot better made than yours, so he can't really like tear into it, but all right.
looks
And then
nice.
he'll just take your hand and let you lead him out of the castle.
All right, Ulysses is found dead the morning of the wedding.
All right. Ulysses, you're finishing up getting your scimitar positioned in front of your suit as you look into the mirror within the barracks that you have been moved to from the castle. Other soldiers are in here getting ready, some who have served under you. Everybody has been informed at this point that you are only in charge until the end of the wedding, and that you will be leaving after the wedding and going with House Syed. So there's kind of a somber air to it because a lot of these men have a lot of respect for you and they don't really understand exactly what's going on. They weren't given details. They just know there's going to be a change in leadership and they'll be following Samson Findweld when they get back to Ukum City. There's also just kind of an awkwardness of you now sharing a bunk with all of your men as opposed to having that degree of separation that typically comes with having a station. Even though you are still above them, you are now in the barracks with all of them because you've been removed from the castle.
Oof.
So you're kind of standing in front of the mirror, watching all the other men get like their armor on while you're trying to put on like your dress suit and everything and get your scimitar positioned and everything. What are you thinking and feeling as you prepare for the wedding?
I look in the mirror at my Kainaran dress green. So I don't know what I'm wearing, but
I mean, it's basically gala wear, however you want it to look.
with a feeling, with a strange dissonance of longing and yet disappointment and disdain. Asmondi considers the loss of a lifetime career with a house that he has been sworn to his entire life.
Yeah. Do you wear the lion pauldron?
Yes. He would feel like he owes it to his family and even still House Sonder to wear it. Even if he's frustrated at the way some of the authority falls down the line, he still has some respect for House Sonder.
Ulysses, as you start to head out of the barracks alone, some soldiers are going to be heading there as well, but they're just kind of marching. There's a couple who will walk along behind you or beside you, but most of them are sticking around, going about their city duties that they've been assigned to when you handed them over to Shor's Kale, and then others are also going to the Iridian Garden, where the reception is going to be held as well, to watch over that. So there's kind of a divide as everybody starts fanning out, but as you start walking, and you're reflecting on the fact that you are going into unknown territory and you will be expected to lead soldiers in a battle that you are unfamiliar with. How are you feeling about that?
There's so much behind why this is going on, like from the previous sessions, that I have to calculate.
Thank you.
Calculate that. I mean, it isn't just you. I have to. It's all of the calamity at this stage.
Yes, I mean, thank everybody as well, but also thank you for letting me orchestrate it.
Absolutely. It has been mostly a planner.
Good luck out there.
Yeah. I'd say he's feeling more bitter about that then. He'd feel a little bit bitter.
Liam, you are in the hold beneath the main floor of the castle where other royal soldiers are stationed. You have taken up, in addition to your regular duties, you're also responsible for many of Monty's duties that he was in charge of in the castle. So any of the soldiers in charge in the castle who are watching over the boys or anything like that, instead of just members of the Janissary, are also now under your jurisdiction. So you have a lot more responsibility under your belt, especially for the wedding, watching those soldiers and everything. You're putting the finishing touches on your own suit, fixing your katana to your person. What are you thinking and feeling as you prepare for the wedding?
Liam's thoughts are scattered. A lot has transpired in what was supposed to be a joyful event. He set out on this journey mostly worried about whether Artie was ready for everything that was going to come with this change in his life. And now, it just did not anticipate everything that's transpired, and worse for it to happen the night before, just a couple of nights before. It casts a bit of a pall over the proceedings that he just remains concerned about the possibility that this could translate to more drama today in the face of this wedding, instead of people being willing to set that aside. And he's also kind of reflecting on the events that led us here, and is there anything he could have done or said differently that would have changed these outcomes. So there's just a lot of that going through his mind right now.
Yeah. Finish polishing the blade. I couldn't think of a better way to say that.
All right.
You finish.
He finishes grinding his whetstone on it.
There's not a good way to say it. You finish getting ready, and you head back upstairs to unite with Landon once he's finished getting ready. Euphora, in your room, helping Kaya Procor, watched closely by a few Procor soldiers. You yourself have gotten ready. I'll let you describe that in a moment. And Kaya is mostly ready. You're just kind of adding the finishing touches at her request that you just make sure that the servants, the lowborns, did a good enough job. And there are Procor soldiers in the room with you right now as you were getting ready. So why don't you tell me how you got ready this morning? And also we'll go to how you spurned Aoife when she needed help getting ready.
So when Aoife would have started getting ready, I would have told her I didn't have time because I have to look my absolute best today, as it is the last time that any of these people will see me before I become a duchess. So I really need all the time for myself, and I do my hair in like the most ridiculously ornate, like more ornate than you've ever seen it done. There's like gold trinkets in it, and it's like really tall and look a little bit ridiculous.
Is that held up with magic?
No. You look...
It's just the
A
best
bit
I
of
could
blood
do.
just kind of like goes down her wrist and drips onto the floor.
Well, this is the last time anyone will see you before you're a prisoner, so I suppose it doesn't matter.
That hurts, but I understand. Jesus
Already got
Christ.
your own head.
She's already a duchess. Look,
I'll give you a hero point for being catty. And Aoife at that point leaves to go and help Nihat, and Kaya eventually comes into the room once you're finished getting ready with her soldiers, and sits down to start talking to you. As the two of you are helping, as you are working together to get Kaya finished and ready for the gala and for the wedding tonight, you notice out of the corner of your eye, like one of the Procore soldiers just kind of like adjusts his belt a little bit and puts a handle on the knife by his side, and then just kind of like mutters something to the other Procore soldier and just kind of chuckle a little bit. Kaya just kind of looks at you and goes, "So, you're going to be a duchess then, hmm?
Yes.
Well, that was fast. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You won't outrank me for long, though.
Of course not, my lady.
And of course, I am actually highborn, so
Right.
my blood is superior.
Yes. Sure.
And to Assad Zayed, what a catch.
It's better than being the minstrel.
That's true. Minstrels. But you do have to perform at the wedding today, don't you?
I do.
That's a shame. Your last lowborn activity, though.
Yes, that's true. I like performing. Maybe I'll still do it as a duchess.
Well, I guess you will need hobbies. Before you have 17 children, of course.
Yes, I'm sure we'll get to work on that very soon.
Yes, Assad wants many kids. Besides the bastards that I've heard he has.
Right. Yes, I've been warned about all that.
Yes. Well, at least I'm not marrying him. She kind of like fixes one of the ponytails.
And the whole entire room catches on fire.
You are quite young, and I'm glad that you're not being married off yet.
My hope is that my father will help arrange a wedding tonight.
Tonight? Who would you prefer to marry?
I don't really have any specific selections. I had talked about Siegfried because I know that he is eligible, but my father said that he doesn't want to wed me to another Fenaran household, and specifically that Landon will not go for it, so...
Well, Siegfried's rather wild anyways.
Yes, well, that would just give me the ability to rule over the duchy while he does whatever it is he wants.
That doesn't sound like too bad of an arrangement, honestly.
No, but Landon apparently wants to make sure that both of his children are married to people who are not allies, which to me seems impure, but not a choice of mine.
Indeed.
You notice one of the other Procore guards just kind of like says something and walks over to the balcony and just kind of leans over the side of it. Turns around and goes and talks to the other one.
What's going on?
Pardon?
You two seem... It seems like something's afoot. Is something wrong?
No. Should something be?
I don't think so. You're just all acting very odd.
Performing our duties, ma'am.
Wait, I know you.
Okay, well, keep a close eye on Kaya today. There's been rumors of violence at the wedding.
We've heard these things. That's why we're here.
Okay.
It's good that you are looking out for her as well. And just kind of look at each other. You notice one of them, the other one, like kind of this strange, like cocked eyebrow look. Just go back to watching as you finish helping Kaya get ready.
Okay. I put on some hairspray and put on an extra necklace and get her looking good. And I turn her towards the mirror and I say, "Are you pleased?"
She says, "I think it's good enough."
Okay. You better get going.
Yes. I have other things I'd say about your arrangement, but Aoife told me to be nice to you, so I won't.
Oh. Well, I don't know where you listen to Aoife.
Well, every once in a while, even a lowborn can have a good idea.
That's very progressive of you.
How many of us tend to get quite wealthy?
Suppose so. Okay, let's go.
All right. Siegfried, as you stare in the mirror in your own bedroom, knowing that today you will see your brother married and then tomorrow you will journey home to pack up your belongings before sailing out for at least 2 years in the wintry land of Rosade, what are you thinking and feeling?
He's not. He's not. He's specifically not thinking about it. Not in a he doesn't care way, just a he doesn't, trying to avoid it kind of way, because practices really good coping skills.
Yeah, seems like it. Very
healthy.
healthy.
Yeah, so instead he's just staring at himself in the mirror like, damn, I look good. And then like, do I? This angle, yeah. This angle.
Too much bread.
This
What
angle
makes you
will-
fat?
This angle will do it. I could eat bread for a live every day. But
There's a knock at the door as you're doing that. Do you need assistance getting ready? Your lordship.
no.
All right, we're out here if you need us.
How much time do I have?
Another 20 minutes.
All right. I'll stand there for another 15.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, and then he'll get ready to sort of throw some stuff together. He'll get everything put on so it looks really fancy and really regal, and then he'll just like take the jacket off and he'll look at like, it looks really good, and then he'll step away from the mirror and then be uncomfortable because now he's not looking how good he looks. Now he's just like warm and uncomfortable. So he'll take the jacket off and he just like loosens his tie way up, which wasn't tied properly in the first place.
Hard with the pause.
Yeah, he needs some opposable thumbs.
Yeah. As you head out, one of them will say, "Are you sure you don't need help getting ready?"
I'll have you know I was perfectly ready just a moment ago. And then he'll throw the jacket over his shoulder and start walking down the hallway, still just trying to like keep the anxiety about losing his brother and then also losing his home as he's leaving out of his mind, just trying to focus on what he's going to do to have fun at the party.
Artie, as you stare in the mirror, you are not getting yourself ready. You are being waited on by several aides who were hired to help you look nice for the wedding.
Heavy.
Perhaps against your You do need to tell Indira about it. Perhaps against your will, you zone out for a moment. Your mane is tugged on and fussed with. Buttons on your suit are pulled together tightly. Your bow tie is fixed and adjusted. And you stop recognizing your own reflection. What are you thinking of as your wedding to Indira looms? And you know that come tomorrow, you will go on to lead a village rather than return to the only home you have ever known.
I guess as he's seeing his physical appearance change, it's really starting to sink in the other changes that are all about to happen. Honestly, not even really. He's about to go, that's it, start getting hair in weird places. And no, he...
Just on the ass.
I was telling you about that. Yeah. But just thinking, not even so much about like being married, but just not living with the brother anymore, being in charge of anything really, but being in charge of Coolridge. And really what he's kind of really focusing on right now were the words that Monty kind of drunkenly said to him a few nights before, and really questioning if his job is to serve the Federation or to serve the residents of Coolridge.
With that, I'll go ahead and give everybody a hero point as Artie finishes getting ready. The aides walk him out. AID.
I don't have AIDS anymore. My AIDS are gone.
As everyone leaves their room and heads toward a radiant altar for what ceremony is to take place, there are a few encounters that we'll get to along the way, starting with Aoife and Euphora. Aoife and Euphora, with the Procore children and a guard for each, enter a Procore carriage that awaits them. The two feel a carriage lurch as it makes its way into the city. You notice you are like, each of you are with the children, and then there are also the Procore guards on the other sides of each of the children. As the carriage just kind of like starts to roll out, and when you stepped out of the castle, you notice just rows of carriages that are waiting for people to step into them and start heading toward the altar. Like, this is a procession that's going to go through the city as people are like waiting and lined up to cheer for Artie and everybody else who's going to be heading that way. So you two in the carriage with the children and their guards, it starts kind of rolling off, and Nihat kind of leans over his guard to look out the window at the people that they're passing who are like throwing confetti and everything toward the carriage and cheering as you go by. But Yeah, two of you are in the carriage together if you have anything to say.
I whisper to you to keep an eye on the kids.
Any particular reason?
Just worried about their safety today.
I have that worry as well.
Sorry. It keeps taking.
That was grow over here.
Yeah, well, the urine fell, and it's the third time it's fallen, and every time it falls, she ends up with it, so. Anyway, yeah, so I'm worried about.
Did something happen, or?
No, I just don't. I don't trust anybody right now.
That's fair.
One of the guards will kind of say, don't need to worry about anything with us around.
Have you heard
We're
anything?
safe. Well, there have been some rumors going around that there could be a plot against Artie, but I doubt that. There's no one here who wants the wedding not to go through, except, honestly, I mean, there are some Fenarans who have their qualms about it, but no one would dare act against their own kind.
To whom does the guard belong?
This is House Procor.
I make eye contact with you, and I just kind of look at you, kind of trying to imply that I don't trust the guards either.
Yeah. You see one of the guards he'd already had to move his own scimitar when he sat down, and he kind of unsheathes it, just pulls it out and lays it across his lap and just starts running a rag across it. And you just see oil on the rag, just polishing it, and it starts to shine and glimmer a little bit and catches the light.
Siegfried takes his scimitar out and lays it across his lap, grabs an oily rag, and just starts gliding it across the...
I would be fussing by his hair the whole ride over.
Yeah, and I'd be telling Nihad about the different flowers and what to look for.
Kaya will look to you as her hair is being fussed with and say, nice dress. Or what's left of it.
I laugh.
I knew that was going to be mean somewhere. Was the first part nice, or was it just all rude?
I don't think it would have been nice even before it was ripped.
To be fair, I'm a damn servant. No one gives a shit what I'm wearing.
I mean, it would be nice if you represented us a little better.
You want to go buy me a dress then, child?
Someone should have.
Someone should have. Why don't you bring it up to a lord? Then maybe I should have been better dressed for the occasion.
I might. It's a good point, thank you. Liam, you join Landon and Siegfried in the House Sonder carriage at Landon II's request. And it takes off for the Iridian altar through parades of people who are cheering you all on. The cheers really start to rise as they see the House Sonder carriage, even though it's not carrying Artie. Just recognizing that it is the house that he hails from, they start really cheering for you. And it's some of the confetti goes through the window and everything, and Landon has to pull it out of his mane. Landon looks very regal right now. His mane has clearly been brushed and pulled back. He definitely had some help getting ready this morning. And he's wearing a very fine suit as well. Siegfried and Liam, you are on one side, and then Landon is on the other side of the carriage, which is tipping in his direction. And he kind of looks out over at you two. You are both looking nice today. Liam, as always, but Siegfried, I am impressed you put a little effort in.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Great. I'm ready for a party.
Are you ready for the wedding, though?
Am I supposed to do something?
That wasn't what I was talking about, but you are supposed to give a speech, yes. You remember that, right?
No. No, I was not. And he
Well,
he pulls some of the curtain off and gets a piece of charcoal out of a pack and starts scribbling on it, but it keeps smearing away.
at the reception, you will be asked toward the end to give a speech.
Like a celebration thing, embarrassing stories about Artie.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want. I mean, I've already shared some embarrassing stories about Artie with Indira myself, but this is with the entire audience, so...
A golden opportunity, to be sure.
Yes, but you should also... This will be the last time you see your brother for a while. Don't leave on the sour note. It would have been easier if you were staying in Newcomb, but you will not be for some time.
I wonder whose fault that is.
It is your fault, Siegfried. You will have time to realize that while you are in Rosade. Which reminds me, after I spoke with you all the other day,
He informed me that it is not Bergsvid that is the city you will be going to. You will be going to Strid. My Rossian geography is not fully memorized. I apologize.
It's okay. I don't even know where that place is.
I have not gone out there. It's a bit much for my tastes.
A bit much. Isn't it a bit cold?
You'll be in a lodge a couple of days' rides out of the city the next couple of years.
What's the food like out there?
Whatever you can hunt.
I thought we were hunting robots.
The customers are hunting robots.
Oh,
Liam,
you can't hunt bread.
I don't think so. Liam, how are you feeling about as far as security is concerned with the wedding today?
We've made all the preparations that we can. Trust our men. Feel like we have made good choices to around how we've arranged them. We can't doesn't feel particularly auspicious to be near where we are, though, with these kinds of rumors.
We are watching House Procor, of course. We know that is where most of the rumors are live, but is there anyone else you think we should be keeping an eye on?
I don't have any further information than that. Heard any other suspects raised?
I'm trusting you on this. We cannot trust Ulysses.
I'll do my best.
The carriage continues on. Ulysses, as you walk toward the Iridian altar where the wedding will occur, a carriage pulls up near you and you see the House Procor logo on it. The door opens as a Procor guard steps out in front of you and holds up a hand. Opens the door, and Trousseau is sitting in there. And he looks at you and says, "Don't need to walk, hold that way. Why don't you join me?"
Pull out my second. He will watch. He will walk in.
It is just the two of you in here. None of his guards are in there. You do see he has a knife on him, but it's like a ceremonial dagger. Still effective, but he's not like holding it threateningly or anything like that. But he just kind of sits across from you for a bit in silence with the windows open, looking out over in the direction of the fjord and the Jiri's beacon, the lighthouse, and says, after a long silence, "I had considered proposing to London that you be sent back to Bourne, perhaps demoted to the Corps, back where you started. But then I learned that London had already sentenced you to the Southern Wall. This, I think, to be a bit too harsh a punishment even for your crimes. You've done terrible things, but the Southern Wall, it's no place for a man like you. And then I learned that you would receive that sentence before your display at the Royal Duel. Was it this sentence that caused you to make that scene? Because I was under the assumption initially that Landon had sentenced you to it because of what you did that day. But that is not the case.
No. In fact, the sentence validated my actions.
Go ahead and decrease your standing with House Procor if you can.
If you can.
I actually can. By one more.
Okay.
Because I was +1 with them before all that went down.
Nothing can validate your actions. You decided you would make a show of forfeiting the duel after I elected you, before you even received this sentence.
Your Grace, you may not, we may not see eye to eye on this, but I do find I do continue to consider myself an honorable man, so I will not lie to you. Your assessment is correct.
You jeopardize the Federation with your actions. Do you realize that? All of this, and just kind of gestures out to Makalim City, all of it depends on buy-in from a populace that did not want it. I know it's all theater. Everyone here knows.
It's all what?
Theater. Everyone here knows it's theater. And you or Artyom or anyone else disrupts that theater, it doesn't make you a better person. It shows a complete disregard for the people we are trying to protect here. If they see the Federation as a facade, if they see our royal games, our nobility, our wealth as a word that my son has come to use, frivolous, what do you think happens then? You play your role, or you lose that role, as you have.
I am proud to have lost my role in service to my country.
You failed to serve your country, Ulysses Beaumont. A sentence to the southern wall proves that more than anything else. Stop the carriage. The carriage comes to a halt. Trusa opens the door for you. You can walk the rest of the way. You best get used to it. There's a lot of marching in the south.
Give him a nod, step out, and start walking.
Artie, House Sonder soldiers walk with you out of the castle toward the groom's carriage, which is an individual carriage that has been specifically set aside for just you. The windows are a lot more open so that the crowd can see you, and there are Sonder guards inside of the carriage with you, and then there are House Sonder guards walking outside of it alongside. So you've got a whole group of people here protecting you. The carriage is just emblazoned with the Sonder logo. It is also just done up with like beautiful flowers of like green, gold, and white to signify that this is definitively the groom's carriage. And as that one takes off last from all of the other ones that are leaving the castle, the road kind of continues down, and you immediately are just showered with cheers and praises and people like calling out your name and flowers and confetti being thrown, sometimes like mostly toward the carriages. Sometimes they like flowers and such will get into the windows because they're so wide, and you're just like getting so much on your lap and just all over the seats and everything. One of the Sonder guards will kind of look at you with a smile and go, "Enjoying this?"
Sure.
No one ever really did this for my wedding.
When did you get married?
7 or 8 years ago. Got a little girl at home. You gonna have kids?
I don't think I have a choice in the matter.
It's a shame about nobility, I guess. But do you want them?
I hadn't really thought about it. I hadn't really thought a lot about what I want.
Pardon my candor, your lordship, but I do think you'd be a good father.
What makes you say that?
You're gentle. And I think Indira would make up for where you're not gentle. Kids ever need to be tossed around or something.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Kind of looks out of the window and like a flower hits him in the eye. He goes,
Oh. Well, I've still got the other one, so I can still see my wife.
The carriage comes to a stop outside the chapel, and you step out to see the wide open doors with their draconic imagery deeply embedded within. The pews are filled with people who all turn to look at you as you appear outside the building. Siegfried, as the best man, stands with Minister Roven, the platinum scale folk with turquoise horns and brilliant white robes. Caitlin, Tiernan Sigrun daughter, is opposite Siegfried, near where Indira will soon take her place. Other members of House Sonder and Clan Sigrandaughter sit in the front row, their faces turned toward Archim. Euphora, just behind Rovan, sits playing her harp, the tune of which changes slightly when the Grun arrives.
All right. He will be on edge of just all the eyes being on him.
Mm-hmm.
So normally, so far in all these processions, he's used to a lot of people watching him. He's not used to this many people focusing on him. So he will kind of awkwardly step towards the end of the chapel. Am I just walking through the pews, kind of?
Go ahead and give me just a generic performance check. No houses.
5.
5. You don't like trip or anything, but you know that everyone can tell that you're nervous. You're shaking your hands, you're like ringing, and then you start like twisting your mane. Like all of the signs are showing.
Okay. Yeah.
People still kind of smile at you. Like it's understandable to be nervous on your wedding day, but they start noticing that the people are like, oh, he's really nervous on his wedding day. He's like, yeah, you're like, by the time you get to the front, your hair is knotted, your mane is knotted again as you reach the front with Siegfried.
I will go in to give Siegfried a big hug.
Oh. I think for a minute, because you sabotaged me, and I'm pissed. And then he's like, "Mom," and he just like squeezes you real tight.
Awesome.
I'll give you both a hero point for the hug.
Aw.
You notice everybody in the chapel suddenly stand up, and the harp playing changes again.
To the Reigns of Castamere.
A carriage that is the bronze and silver and gold of Clan Sigrandaughter on the outside of the chapel with those grand doors that have opened on the opposite end. And Indira steps out in like a white and purple dress. You notice like a few like traces of like green embroidery, very thin, that kind of catch the light sometimes, and some gold signifying who she is getting married to, but it is mostly just like this white and purple dress as she carries a bouquet of similar colors. And she steps out of the carriage and starts walking up toward the stage and approaches you. And with that 5, she kind of like gives you a bit of a look and just says, "Are you okay?" "You're not okay. We'll get through this part. The rest of it's all fun." "Don't do that. Everyone is looking at us."
Oh, I don't.
Rovan leans forward to both of you and says, "Are you ready? You ready, both of you?"
Yeah, sure.
All right. Got your vows prepared. I'm just kidding. You repeat after me. All right then. Stop. Euphora, as you are sitting on the stage, go ahead and give me a notice check.
Natural 1.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, you got a hero point. You, as you look out at the crowd, you're like, I gotta look out for Artie. You look over at Artie, and you just get really teary-eyed, and you can't see anything.
So calm.
You just start crying. Yeah, with a natural 1 notice check, he's the most confident you've ever seen him in your entire life.
I'm so glad. I'm so happy.
Rovan looks out at the crowd, and his booming voice calls out, "Those gathered here have done so to celebrate one thing, because we have one thing in common." This is my 3rd wedding speech I've ever given, and hopefully the last one, even though I said that about the last one. "A love for peace. We're here to celebrate unity and to celebrate calm. We're here to witness the beginning of the end to an age-old conflict. The war between Feanor and Alderstein. None here, of course, believe that today alone shall heal so great a wound. But you cannot begin to recover from such a grievous injury without placing the first stitch. And we all are blessed to place that first stitch together today. None, though, are more blessed than Archim Sonder and Indira Sigrandaughter, members of 2 families that should, by all rights, despise one another, but who decided a year ago to put aside old rivalries and seek union.
Today, they begin a journey together that will pave a path many others will tread together toward a long and enduring peace. It would be foolish of me to stand before you today without acknowledging where the families have chosen to begin this union. And he gestures out to the chapel. I could not be more grateful that Iridian Altar was selected as the site of this peacemaking. Just over a century ago in this very chapel, a similar union between the Prince of Liam and the Princess of Scathe was attempted, and those who would be enemies of peace, he turned into Mike Tyson for those who would be enemies of peace thwarted it. That's why I just did the thwarted it, shedding blood in these hallowed halls. Naysayers who would claim that makes Beldrak's chapel cursed, that unions held here are damned. To claim such falsehoods is to allow evil to win. Initiating this peacemaking union here is an acknowledgement that evil shall not prevail. Certainly not here. The church thanks you, House Sonder. The church thanks you, Clan Sigurdardr. And he looks to each family in the front row as he says this. May we show the world that mercy and peace shall be victorious in the end. Artyom, Indira, a great deal rests on your shoulders now. More than is ordinarily placed on the shoulders on the couples I wed. Marriage is already a significant responsibility. You must push through hardships with one another, grow with one another, and choose to love one another. That alone is already a challenge, but now you have far more significant difficulty placed on you. The well-being of a continent. My hope, though, is that this will make your love come more naturally. As you look at one another now, know that the story of your union is one that will be told for generations to come. Stories shall be shared of this day of your marriage for many years. Not many couples go into their relationships knowing that, but you are being given that opportunity now. Perhaps that will allow your romance to flourish rather than to wither. And with this in mind, please repeat after me. I vow to care for myself and for you in all things. And Indira will say it.
I vow to care for yourself and
I care for myself and you and all.
I vow to care for myself and all things and you.
I was asking Artie, not some random person in the audience from Bourne. It's the Lear man in front of me. You were doing Artie's voice.
Yeah.
There's just like some random peasant in the back who was like, me?
I want to marry Indira. I vow to look after you and
Care for myself and for you in all things.
I vow to care for myself and you and all the things.
Oh, good enough. I vow to be accountable and to hold you to the same. Indira says it.
I vow to be account and to hold you.
Accountable.
I vow I am accountable,
And so is Indira.
and so is Indira. You.
Nice. I vow to uplift and encourage you.
I vow to encourage your lift.
These promises you have made today before so many people and before Belderak himself now unify you as husband and wife. You may face the world now as Artyom Sonder and Indira Sigurdardr Sonder, a couple united in the eyes of the Federation and the Church. And as the two of you turn to face one another, turn to face the crowd, they all stand up and start clapping. You see like a single tear in your dad's eye just kind of run down and like dampen his fur. And yeah, he takes Liam's handkerchief out of his coat pocket and then hands it back to you.
Piper, thank you.
Okay.
It's a very silky handkerchief. Where did you get that?
Cheers erupt, everybody claps and applauds, and the path is made before you two start heading down, Rovin calls for everybody to form the receiving line on the way to the wedding carriage. So the noble families all begin to head out, including Siegfried and Caitlin will walk down the aisle. Euphora also can join them, as well as Aoife can go with House Sonder as Euphora plays everybody out, and the two of you head down the procession line, or the receiving line. So, first, House Hagland.
Oh, fuck that.
Gyoll reaches out, shakes your hand, and just vigorously, a big meaty hand, although yours is larger, but he just has such a meaty grip, and you're also just kind of clammy and nervous right now, so he just takes it and just shakes your hand rigorously, and he says, "Well, why don't you come talk to me afterward if you need any tips for tonight, huh?"
Does he smell like sex right now?
Of course.
And candy.
Does he feel like sex right now?
Always.
He will just say, "You will be the first one I go to if I want to get more information on that."
Blood. And claps you, and you see a single tear in his eye as well. Emma Beth just kind of gives you a smile and goes, as you walk by her. Viorica is fanning herself as you walk by, and she just says, "Oh, congratulations."
Thank you.
She kind of looks over at Indira and then at you, and just kind of makes a face. Ribrin doesn't even look at you.
Okay.
House Sonder. Landon, the second, teary-eyed, and now you can just see, he's just fully crying. Hugs you and, picks you up and, kisses the side of your mane and everything and just says, "I'm proud of you. And I'm starting to think I'll miss hearing you read boring books in the library."
Thank you, Father.
Sets you down and wipes a tear, and then takes the handkerchief out of Liam's coat again, and then stuffs it back in.
Artie will kind of pat him on the back as he walks by him.
Siegfried, what do you say as Artie and Indira walk by? If you want to say anything to Indira, you can, but you can mainly just Artie.
He'll just nod to him. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
That has been my whole life.
There's some things I would do.
I'm just straight up gonna hug you.
Okay.
And I discreetly whisper, I have leaves if you need to feel calmer. But I'm so proud of you, and you're doing great.
I might need them.
You might find me at the reception. And I'll let go. And then I'll hug Indira if she lets me.
Yeah, she'll let you.
Yeah. I'd be like, can I? And then, I'd hug her and be like, congrats. And I'll let.
Also, are you okay?
It was a bad morning.
Okay.
There was no mercy in my room. My wardrobe was not one. It was in a mood this morning. It had to do its hair.
Artie, we need to keep moving.
Did you shoot another person?
I should have.
Liam?
Liam knows things were a little tense the last time we talked, so he doesn't at least make an initial move for a hug. Just grabs your hand, shakes it, grabs your elbow, and he locks eyes with you and says, "Just trust your heart, Artie. You'll be all right." And he moves on.
He'll touch your hand with his other hand and give you a nod.
Ulysses?
You will,
Fine.
No. He just shakes your hand and he tells you, "I'm very proud of you. You should be proud of yourself." I'm sure you will do Feanor proud. You will do right by the people of Courage.
Give you a genuine smile and nod his head. And he will say, "And good luck to you."
I do suppose I've not had a lot, but not made it easy on myself.
You have proven to be a Beaumont who can get up off his ass.
I'll give you a hero point for that.
Yeah. Good.
Euphora is weeping,
She's Brooklyn.
and you don't know this, but it's because she's thinking about her wedding.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
It was so beautiful. Beautiful in my wedding will be.
What was that?
Nothing. It was so beautiful.
No. Thank you.
I'll give you a hero point for that one. As Artie moves on, and Indira just kind of like looks at you and goes, I heard that you are to marry Assad Syed.
I am.
Yes, okay. That is a ring. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for performing at this wedding.
You're such a beautiful bride.
Drema kisses her daughter on the head and then pats you firmly on yours, just like a hammer putting a nail in a piece of wood. I'm looking forward to wrestling you again once Indira has properly trained you.
What?
She gives you a smile.
I did not wrestle.
Caitlin hugs her daughter tightly, with more tears on her face. She's crying. Drema isn't really crying, but you can tell that she is emotional about this moment. But she's trying. There's like a mixture of this is a stone-faced woman who doesn't show emotion, but there is a slight like crack to that you can see that like this is getting to her at least a little bit. Unlike Landon, who was always stone-faced but just completely let the waterworks go. Caitlin hugs her daughter and she's crying a bit and just whispers something in her ear, and then gives you a smile as you walk by. House Mina, just Azir. Azir reaches out, shakes your hand, and says, "It was a beautiful wedding. Unfortunately, I won't make it to the reception. It's a long ride back to Magi Junction, and I have a train to catch tonight. Thank you again for the game and the tournament."
It was quite a thrill, and thank you for being here for my wedding, Your Grace.
I look forward to having a rematch with you, Artyom.
I look forward to it when, perhaps I will not win by default.
That would be best. Next time we see each other then.
Mm-hmm. Safe passage back to Eni.
Pass on, he kind of gives a similar sentiment to Indira. You move on to House Kindellan. Jacob ruffles his nephew's mane, just kind of like shakes your hand, tells you, I'm looking forward to seeing the future that you will be bringing to Malim.
Thank you, Uncle, and thank you for making this wedding possible.
Thank you for having it in my city, honestly. Been more lively than ever. Samira lifts you up into the air like she did when you were a kid, and just says, "We all have a role to play, nephew." And then sets you back down. Sir Oren shakes your hand and just says, "Congratulations."
Thank you.
House Svildra.
Oh, no.
Callie Jack looks at you and goes, "You did well up there, but perhaps you could have been a bit more passionate. Maybe next time, huh?"
I don't know what that would mean coming from you specifically, but I will keep it in mind.
Maybe be passionate tonight, yes?
Never meant.
Sorry, I'm trying to reserve them. And as you walk by, she takes one out and gives one to Indira. Oh, Christopher Svildra looks to you and says, "You look very nice, but you would look nicer if your suit had furs."
Oh, well, I did not have much choice in my attire today.
"You look nice all the same. Would you like to join me in the spa the morning before you leave? You may need it after your bruising tonight, huh?"
My what?
Your bruising tonight.
I'm wrestling Drema tonight?
You're wrestling Drema's daughter in the sheets.
Oh.
Pound Town, as they say. In Bourne, yes, it's called Pound Town. We call it something else in Kopari.
Never heard this down before. And I'll kind of look at Indira.
Indira's still talking to Callie Jack. She doesn't even notice.
I will meet you there in the morning.
Good.
If I can walk.
Honestly, I have just really enjoyed getting to know you, Artyom Somber.
like one last conversation before we part ways, huh?
I would look forward to it. It has been interesting to get to know you.
I get that a lot.
You move on to the last house, House Procor. Nihat jumps up into your arms unexpectedly and hugs you and like puts his arms around your neck and just says, I'll miss you and Aoife.
I'll miss you too.
Does being king mean that you can get Aoife out of jail?
I will not be king. I will be an earl.
Isn't that the same thing?
It is not the same thing. And I do not believe I will be able to get her out of jail. I believe they've tried very hard and have gotten more trouble trying to do it.
Oh, so I shouldn't try to do it.
No, but also she will not be in jail. She will still be able to do what she loves doing, in gardening.
Okay.
And he just kind of lets go. Kaya shakes Indira's hand, kind of like looks at you, gives you a nod, and then shakes Indira's hand and says, congratulations on fulfilling your duties. And Indira just kind of gives her a half-hearted smile and moves on. Truso shakes your hand firmly and says,
Don't disappoint. It isn't just Melim watching. Beinar, principalities, and the Queendom of Alderstein have an eye on this marriage. And he doesn't let go of your hand the whole time that he's saying this, and he just maintains eye contact you cannot break away from. And then he releases your hand.
Artie will just give him a emotionless nod to that.
shakes Indira's hand, and then the two of you reach the wedding carriage. You make it to a special chariot that has been crafted just for you. It doesn't have a roof on or anything. That's one of those chariots that's more open so that everybody can see you. And it's been crafted just for the two of you. It sports green and gold of House Sonder, combined with the white, silver, and bronze of Clan Sacred Daughter, mingled together with the oranges of the Federation of Melim. And you see various like interesting artistic depictions of combining y'all's emblems, like the Star of the Federation, the Lion of House Sonder, and the Boat of Clan Sacred Daughter, just kind of all depicted throughout it in just really beautiful ways.
Lion rowing a boat. Yeah, Starry Night. Sure. Yeah.
Whatever.
I love it.
So I didn't have an artist to draw this one up because I'm poor.
Siegfried poured glitter in all the vents.
Wedding bells are tethered to it, and gorgeous horses have been yoked to the front, ready to pull it to the Iridian Garden a kilometer or two southward via the bridge. So you'll be going across Hodari's Crossing, where you see already crowds have kind of gathered, awaiting you. Once the two of you are inside, the chariot moves northward a bit, circling around the city square. You just kind of go back around the receiving procession as everybody just kind of claps. You catch eye contact from people, and you then proceed over toward the bridge, Hodari's Overlook, and get just this beautiful view of the fjord. The sun is setting from the other side, but it is still like shining this gorgeous light in that direction. And you just... a beautiful day, except for some darker clouds over on the horizon. The magnificent bridge here, constructed in memory of the groom whose bride, Princess Ajiri, was slain at the very chapel where you had just been wed. An entourage of Sonder and Sacred Daughter soldiers accompany the chariot, but the soldiers of House Fildra and Kendellen can be seen not too far off as well. You notice a few of them not really like joining the procession, but they're kind of walking around, and you also see some stationed throughout the bridge. You've seen this before the last couple of days as well, especially since the night after the brawl. You started noticing them. And I think they've been pointed out to you as well, that like they're trying to protect you. It's not alarming to see them, but especially you're used to them just kind of like hanging back, and now you're just seeing quite a few more of them, and they're all over the place. And like especially the pink and blue, it's really easy to catch them. As you begin to cross the bridge, your eyes drift once again toward the lighthouse in the distance. Ajiri's beacon, unlit this early in the day, is still a beautiful symbol of hope. Waves crash against the rocks around it, and the light of the sun overhead glints off a bit of glass or metal in the lighthouse, momentarily blinding you, and then it's gone. Your attention is pulled from the structure back to your new wife. She was saying something.
He'll be kind of trying to adjust. He's seeing a bunch of green and purple dots after looking at the lighthouse. Yes, my beloved.
Looks like it's going to rain tonight.
Hmm.
Those clouds are heading our way.
Is the reception supposed to be outside?
The garden is open.
Okay. You don't think it will rain on our reception, do you?
Well, it should happen later in the night, and I think the reception should only go till about sunset, so... At least we'll be gone by then.
Alright. Can I ask a favor?
Sure.
Can you not wrestle too hard
What?
on the when we go to the sheets? Just
I'll give you a hero point. But she just kind of says, I wasn't going to hurt you the first time, Artie.
the first time.
Well, of course.
There will be more than one.
Chariot kind of lurches a little bit, and you feel like the humid sea air just kind of hit you in the face, and your mane blows a bit. And then more cheers erupt around you, drowning out your words as confetti is thrown in your direction. And the conversation is cut short then when you reach the Iridian Garden, which is the layout that I have here for our next episode. Beautiful counterpart to the Iridian Chapel where you were just wed on the other side of the city. Gorgeous draconic imagery is etched into the stonework of this extension to the northern temple, and at the center stands a fountain which presently gushes water that, in the silence between you and your bride, echoes throughout the structures. Tables have already been set up, along with a stage where you will soon be seated together. Shortly thereafter, other guests start to arrive, and that is where we will end our first episode.
I'm married.
We commend Taryn for his speech that Robin did. That's pretty good.
It was very good.
You cooked.
He's had some
You really cooked
practice.
with that.
I've practiced. I did a couple of practice sessions a couple years ago for the important wedding I was going to do.
You know, I noticed that despite having complete creative control over this, you still didn't do a fucking fart joke.
Yeah. Well,
There wasn't really any folklore.
You want to try to beat your uncle up, huh?
No, he's a much bigger man than me.
He's pretty large.
No, it's the Ribrin.
He could probably do with some correcting.
We had cameric flowers to represent Leisha.
Is it going to be as hard as the test taking?
You up in the sea, Liam. I need to blow my nose.
Hey, Marisol, would you grace me with a dance?
Dude gets around.
I have never had such a marvelous dance before. I did not realize you could dance as well as you could eat mashed potatoes.
Oh, come on.
Oh no.
It's about to go down.
Ribrin and looks down at his hand, and then looks over at Viorica, who is holding her fan over hers, and as she coughs, you see a little dark splatter